Ian Darby's just played. How was that?
Amazing. Just coming down off it. It was buzzing. Really good.
Where did you meet the violinist and the viola player?
Believe it or not, 20 years ago.
Okay.
So I was doing some recording at the Conservatoire in Brum with a student guy, and I was standing outside. I was smoking at the time, having a little cigarette. Proper rock and roll. 20 years ago, and I was young enough to smoke. And bumped into these violin players and said, "Would you mind doing some recording?" "Oh, we can't now, but we'll do something later." 20 years ago, and here we are today.
Wow.
And it's moved on from like being a band, and then eventually it was just a cello, viola, violin, like that. So we have got a cello player as well that we play with sometimes, but it's just a sort of a pure sound.
Well, no, but like
and
that.
It's quite beefy as well. It's quite rhythmic and.
But no, but that's the thing. The blend of that with the folky sound that you have, it's always going to hit you there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You say you were in the Conservatoire then. Did you go there yourself?
No.
Oh,
I just snuck in. I literally.
Through the back door and then.
I think I emailed somebody and said, "Can a student record me?" So it was a first year student who was just learning the job. But he was still amazing. He was a bright lad.
Was that Adrian Bolt?
It was the old Conservatoire back in the day.
Off record there.
Yeah. I loved it. I mean, it's a great experience. It was probably the first proper recording I did. And it coincided with meeting some good people, and then we moved on and sort of played with drummers and tried to expand it with brass as well and have a mini orchestra.
Oh wow!
I wanted like a one, I had all these.
You gigged like that?
No, we never gig with the brass. Biggest was 3 strings in a band.
Yeah.
Which was hard enough to balance a sound.
So where are you based at the moment with your music?
Bridge North, I lived, but Midlands. But I'm always in and around Brum and grew up in Wolves.
Okay.
Played around in the scene at the very early days in Wolves. Ben and Scott Matthews and a bunch of other people that used to play around there. And
you know Scott?
Well, from back in the day. But
he's one of my inspirations.
Yeah, he's amazing. Beautiful. I mean, when Ben was in a band with him, and they used to inspire us and what I was doing. We were all sort of figuring out our own sort of ways at the same time. And for me,
talking of Scott Matthews, then.
Yeah.
What's your favourite album by Scott?
God, all of it. I mean,
Passing Stranger.
Passing Stranger. Yeah, I love that the purity of it. I used to jam them songs with him sometimes back in the day. Like there'd be a piano and I'd get on the piano and play it. So
you were in that scene.
Yeah, and you don't realise it till you look back. What a lovely scene it was, and and it's still you're still vibing off it. You're still connecting with people from it.
Talking of a scene, then, do you feel like you get that now?
No.
So many years on.
No, but you can plug into it. It's like you always know certain people, and once you plug in, then you get a vibe.
So, like, if you had one thing to say to your younger self, who would want to be doing what you're doing now, what would you say to that? Smoke
a beer, but then stop, so you get a gruff voice. But no, I reckon I would say. Don't underestimate any connections you make, like with people. Not in a kind of a deliberate way.
Yeah.
But just having a coffee with someone, having a beer with somebody, having a little chat with someone somewhere, that can be a connection that 6 months down the line or 10 years down the line. It's the same, whatever you do, any walk of life, but particularly music. I think this is what something like this is about, the Roots Festival. We've all been there. We're all sort of in your bedroom or in your house, writing stuff, practicing. But it's when you get out and you connect with people and you all help each other and it sort of grows together. That's when it works. That's when a scene works well. I mean, back in the day, Brum wasn't as good as Wolves, believe it or not, 25 years ago.
Ben did say
it was quite fragmented, and it's got better over time because you've had people putting effort and looking at the connections. But.
So, where you are now with your music, what's the future for it?
Just more of this, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tempting to try and, drummers and bass players and guitarists and that, and I will probably do a 3-piece band as well. Just simple.
Yeah.
But in the past, what I've learned, you try and overcomplicate it too soon, it loses momentum and it kind of collapses a bit. So just feel the energy of it. So, I know I've got great energy with the violin and viola player I played with today and the cello player that will hopefully join us. Just keep it like that for a bit and grow the energy. So I've got loads of songs, but it's about picking the right ones and it's about making sure they gel and into a set that
you say about the loads of songs thing. I'm the same. I've got all the ideas.
Almost a bit.
Is that, for you as an artist, is that overwhelming or is that exciting?
Well, it's overwhelming.
That one.
Yeah. And I think I'm coming out of a period of writing loads where and I know I'm out of it because I want to get out there and play them.
Yeah.
Whereas a year ago, I tried to play a couple of gigs and I wasn't quite ready. I was still working on a few, and I think you need to get to that point where you think, okay, I'm out of that writing pit. That's how I work anyway. I have a glut of writing where I might write 30 tunes in a year.
I'm like that.
And then nothing for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
And that's the time now where you feel like being sociable, getting out there, sharing them, vibing with people. And
so this like today, it's on the grassroots level.
yeah.
Do you feel like there needs to be more of that sort of level, that where people are like this?
I really do, mate. And I think covers, I would never say covers are a bad thing, because it's how you grow, it's how you learn songs, it's how you try stuff out, get your own style, because you try people's styles and then pick bits of your own. But I think that, I mean, a place like Bridge North where I live, it is 99% covers. And if you try and play originals, you might sneak a couple in and then mostly covers. I think events like this where you can play covers or not, or play your own stuff, and people are, you know, you've got an open audience to that. It's really important. Not necessarily because you want to climb them, but you're ambitious to, you know, do necessarily be famous, whatever. But I think it's just you want to share. If you're going to trouble of writing stuff and performing it, you want to share that energy with people.
And that's the battle I've had over the years.
I imagine your generation, you know, it's. Because I remember the good old days, you know, when you didn't have as many problems, there was loads of venues. And
so that, you just said like the good old days thing. Obviously there's loads of people from that era. Yeah. And you find, I've had conversations where they're like, nobody cares about originals. But that's someone who was in the good old, it's like, but that's all I've ever wanted to do. So that, hearing that for someone who wants to be a songwriter, like...
I don't think there's anything, honestly, Harry, I don't think there's anything more exciting than hearing original stuff for the first time, or second or fifth time, and it's fresh. It's like, you know, versus... That's a good cover of that song I've heard 50 times.
Yeah.
That's still great, but there's just something magic about hearing somebody perform their own stuff with a heart and a soul. And I think, you know, if you're that way inclined to writing your own stuff and performing it, you've got to keep at it. There's a kind of almost a responsibility. Sounds heavy, but...
And that's like I was saying to, like, I wish I could have that advice you've just given me when I was 17. Yeah. Or I had the wits about me to listen then.
Yeah.
And that's
me too, mate. Me too.
So now you've written so many songs.
Yeah.
What was the first song you wrote?
Wow. So I think it was 15. It was Summer's Gone. And it was just about,
before going back to school.
Yeah, I think it probably was. Yeah, it was like 3 chords, 5 chords, something like that, maximum. And I was proud of them 5. I'm a piano player first. That's my first instrument. So guitar, I look at it like a piano. So I was tinkering around with normal tunings, and the only way I was dropping the D at that point and just messing around, because it felt like a piano playing a chord.
Yeah.
So that was a really sort of easy song, just sort of transitioning thirds and fifths and all that stuff. So yeah, that was a long time ago now. But.
Well, and that's the thing, isn't it? That's what's amazing about any instrument, is that you can go on it, you try and read it, or you work it out for yourself, and that was the route. And like you say, the creativity around that.
Yeah. I don't know about you finding this. You have periods where it's the lyrics that drive it, and other periods where it's the music. And I've had years where the music drove it. Yeah. The last couple of years, it's massively the lyrics now. I know it's a bit older, a bit more reflective, and you got a better vocabulary.
That's the thing. Like going to these events we do, you hear people write those words, and then I'm stood there writing a song while they're still playing.
Sure, and you don't realise it at the time, but you're absorbing it, and and that's the roots and the scene. That's what it does. You're jiving off each other. And
thank you for that chat, Ian.
Cheers, mate. Love to meet you. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, definitely.